Excuse me. It's the Michael Myers. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. So yeah, I know it's Saturday afternoon. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure like how much people would join. It is Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. I know most of you guys are probably out, doing your thing, got some stuff to do, but it's all good, man. I had a little bit of time on my hands this afternoon, man. Before this night starts. Excuse me. But yeah, man, I decided to. This is a video I was trying to do for a while now. I would say about probably about a week or two now. I've been trying to. I was trying to do this video or this live stream. Um, and pretty much this is my first documentary review on the channel. You guys already know. I be reviewing films. I be reviewing series. I even have a little series that I made. The remake reviews where I pretty much just focus on reviewing some remakes. But this is like my first documentary review, so we're gonna get into it, man. Pretty interesting. Here's a little fun fact about myself. Um, of course, you guys know I love all the classic horror films. I love all the great different categories, different versions of horror. Different stuff. But also one of the main things that always has caught my attention, man, I've always been a fan of, is documentaries, man. And yeah, for a while now, I really been into documentaries, and especially the one I'm gonna be reviewing today. As you guys know, if some of you guys are already tuned in, you guys should definitely comment down below, man. Let me know if you guys seen this documentary, and if you guys have it, man. I'm gonna tell you now, man. This is definitely a. I really recommend this documentary right here, man. I've seen many different kinds of horror documentaries throughout the years. I do own a few couple as well. Um, but this one in particular, man, the one we're gonna be taking a look at today, which is a recent release. I'm not really sure if they really still do horror documentaries. I'm pretty sure they still do. But this one right here, it just came out, I believe, in 2022. Yeah, by Cult Screenings, and it's the Pennywise, the story of it. So let me tell you how I came across this, man. I was at my Best Buy, like I said. I came across this. I've been wanting to do this review for about a week or two because I came across the Blu-ray at my local Best Buy, man, and I was kind of surprised because I quite oftenly, I go to the Best Buy, see if they got any new releases and stuff like that. Most of the time they don't, because when they have some good releases, I usually know before I go to Best Buy. Um, but yeah, man, I had no idea about this one. So I was walking down my local Best Buy about a week or two, and I came across it. I had to get it, man, and it was like the only one left on the shelf. Um, and I thought it was like a Blu-ray of the 1990 film. Of course, with usually they release different versions with different cover arts and stuff like that. So that cover art definitely grabbed my attention. Definitely grabbed my attention. I thought it was another Blu-ray release of it, 1990, and I picked it up, man, and I was like, Pennywise, the story of it. So that's when I knew it was a documentary, because a while ago, man, I would say about a year to maybe even 3 years, man, I was really like on this thing, man. I was looking like on YouTube, I was looking online about like behind the scene footage, behind the scene, that good stuff from 1990, man. And a few years ago, you couldn't really find much, man. You really couldn't find much. Of course, on YouTube, you got, your Tim Curry interviews. But I believe, at this time, there was really not so much, behind the scene footage, rarely any interviews from, uh, the people who were involved. I'm pretty sure there was, like I said, I seen Tim Curry interviews, But even Tim Curry himself, man, like at that time, he didn't really have a lot of interviews out there talking about, you know, his classic performance, his iconic performance as Pennywise the clown. You know, so you know, and around that time, I was you know, trying to look for the good stuff. You know, um, I heard about this upcoming documentary, man, and it definitely caught my attention. It caught my eye because, like I said, it was kind of rare before this documentary to find, you know, behind the scene footage or anything. Uh, you know, I remember when I was, you know, doing my research, man, trying to look for some good stuff. Most of the behind the scenes stuff was from, you know, the latest It movies, the remakes. They have a shit ton of behind the scene footage on that, man. Interviews, all type of stuff. But for It, the original, it was a little hard, man. You that stuff wasn't really out there. So I think this documentary did a great job on definitely shedding light and not letting a lot of this stuff, because there's a lot of great content in this, man. A lot of great stuff where I don't think they were just gonna let it, you know, just the files get deleted or just get lost in time. You know, I'm glad they, because this right here, man. And I say this because watching the documentary, it kind of gave me a little different aspect. I mean, if we really thought about it, it's the truth, you know. I think Pennywise really is the front man of killer clowns, you know, in the horror genre and the slasher genre. And I think Pennywise, or It, the movie, really did that, man. It put like the killer clowns on the mainstream like that, you know. Because after that, how many, you know, clown movies was there? You know, I'm pretty sure there was a few before as well, um before It, but like mainstream success like that. Skull Crusher, what's up, bro? Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, Pennywise is to me personally, you know, growing up as a horror fan and stuff, Pennywise was always the main clown, you know, the one that, like, he was the clown. He was the clown of clowns, you know. And yeah, man, as a kid, I remember being scared of the scene, the classic Georgie scene, man. Yeah, that scene itself terrified all of us, man, as a kid. JSC Studios, what's up, bro? What's up, man? How's it going? I'm glad you guys are joining in, man. Definitely hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, man. JSC, I recommend it, man. I really recommend it on Blu-ray. Like I said, when I got it at Best Buy, um, it was like the only copy they had left. Give me a quick second. It was the only copy they had left, man. And you know, I guess they had it misplaced. It wasn't in the right you know, price tag. Uh, but you know, when I picked it up and I saw the price tag, man, it was like, I think it said like like over $30, man. I was like, no way. But yeah, I did notice it was like in the wrong shelving at the store. But that didn't really matter, man. Like, I didn't even look, like, because I said it was the last one. I tried looking for more, um, and I couldn't find any no more. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm gonna pick it up no matter what the price is. And yeah, it came out to be about $30 flat, you know. But I think it's definitely recommended. Or I think you could also buy it on the YouTube movies, I believe. You know, online. You guys could stream it. I recommend it, man, because like I said, it really does fill in a lot of. It has a lot of great footage, man, behind the scenes. A lot of great interviews, and I think those interviews were kind of older. Like I said, this film, or this documentary film, uh, I guess was it was supposed to come out for a while now. Like I said, a few years ago, man, when I was like trying to really find some behind the scenes type of footage, there wasn't really none out there. And a few interviews here and there, yeah. And like I said, I've always heard, around that time, I heard about this upcoming documentary, and I believe at that time there was a little trailer. There was a little trailer for this, and I saw it, man. And yeah, I mean, it was pretty much indicating, it was inciting that this documentary is gonna have, you know, what most of us fans, because as fans, you know, I know some of you guys are probably the same, especially with classic movies. We like to see behind the scene footage, all that, stuff that happens behind the camera, behind the scenes, good stories, good memories from, people who were involved. So, yeah, man. So yeah, that I think that itself had a lot of people looking forward to this documentary. And once it came out, man, I didn't even know it had came out, man. I'm telling you, um, I kind of stopped paying attention. I just knew there was this documentary coming out. Um, but I guess it just came out last year, man, 2022. And like I said, I didn't know it was out. Or actually, I heard something about the documentary, but I didn't really fully look into it. Like I will say, few months, probably, yeah, like because we're just in February, barely. So yeah, I heard something about it, and then when I knew it was out for sure, was when I saw it at Best Buy about a week or two ago, and hell yeah, man, hell yeah. And I'm telling you, I thought it was like a new release of the movie, on Blu-ray, and once I knew it was the documentary, man, I had to get it, and I really do like the cover art, man. Here, I'm gonna give you guys a closer look at at this Blu-ray, man. I know some of you guys probably missed out on it, but I really do recommend it. Here it is. This is a collector's edition. I'm not too sure if it's Scream Factory, but it kind of did remind me like of a Scream Factory release. Documentaries are great. I have one on Skull Crusher. Yeah, man, I agree. I have the Friday the 13th one. I believe it's called. His name was Jason, which is another one I might review because I think that one was pretty good. And then the Nightmare on Elm Street one, which I that's probably one of my favorite documentaries, man. I just think I think the one you're talking about is Never Sleep Again. I believe it came out back in like 2010. Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you guys a lot of these documentaries are on YouTube, man. But of course not it because it's a recent release. But a lot of the older documentaries, excuse me, a lot of the older documentaries, man, they're on YouTube. So if you guys are interested, you guys should definitely check it out. But yeah, Never Fall Asleep or Never Sleep Again, the Freddy documentary, that's one that I definitely want to get on Blu-ray or on DVD. But yeah, here it is, man. Here's the back of it. You got Tim Curry right there, man. It was great seeing interviews and his take on his classic portrayal as Pennywise. You got the bonus features. I did not get a chance to see the bonus features, man. I just saw the documentary film. But yeah, it has childhood phobias, the extras of it, legacy continues, the book cover, deeper look at the music. Yeah, that seems interesting, man, because the music was great in this film. Uh Georgie, a short film. Oh, it comes with a short film. Okay, guys. Yeah, man. And like I said, you got Bloody. I think this was like part of Bloody Disgusting, as you guys can see the credits. Um, like I said, man, when I came across this at Best Buy, to me it was a bit pricey. But hey, like I said, I was gonna get it no matter what price it was. And you got these cool bonus features, a great documentary film that really gives you some good insight, man. Really a good look on the film, man. Behind the scenes films. What I also really did like about it, you get a deep insight of each of the actors. The Losers Club. Um, um, yeah, each of the actors, of course, give their insight, and you kind of get to like know them, each of the kids, from the movie, because they take their take on them, their whole purpose, their whole meaning, their whole take, like I said, their whole take on the world. And I really like how they broke that down really really nice, man, on each character. And I know I apologize. I forget his name, but the actor who played Billy, he is deceased. I believe he deceased in the 2000, in the mid 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. I really do appreciate the fact, man, that they do have like a little a section here, man, where they do, talk about him, like, their co the other kids, their co cast members and stuff like that, man. And yeah, so I really did like that, man. I really, of course, we didn't really get. I mean, we did get a nice detailed breakdown on the Billy character, um, but of course, he wasn't here himself to actually get it from the guy himself. Rest in peace. But yeah, I really did like that man. And just the whole, you could tell it must have been one hell of a filming process, man, especially for the kids, and just for Tim Curry, even the Tim Curry, the way, the whole scenes, the whole process of, with the kids. Of course, they're younger kids. It's like a different type of experience. I think it changed their life. It definitely has a big impact on their lives. So just the whole, energy, the whole way it executed, the whole way it went down, even with Tim Curry, with the kids, it's just great, man. And like I said, it was great seeing behind the scene footage of how, they break down how the film was made, man, how the film was filmed. And one thing I also really like, I like how they also show behind the scenes of that one scene in the movie where they're looking at the book or whatever, and when the arm comes out of the book, you see like Pennywise's history in the book. Like, I really like how they kind of broke that down. You get to see how they filmed that. That was pretty interesting, man, for sure. Joseph the horror guy, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, man, it is a classic, man. Yeah, it's definitely. I know it was a mini series. It was like a movie for TV, but classic, man. Yeah, I definitely, Joseph. I recommend it, man. If you guys have of course, the original 1990 on Blu-ray, I would also recommend you guys picking up the Pennywise, the story of it, the documentary, because I think it's definitely worth the watch, man. Like I said, a really detailed, man, really nice breakdown. Even with the actors, man, the actors who played them as adults, the Losers Club, even they get into detail, and I believe one of them did pass away as well. But yeah, man, it must have been a great experience filming it. Um, like I said, I also really do like the Tim Curry's Tim Curry's take on his classic performance as Pennywise, because like I mentioned, man, before this documentary, when I was really trying to look for this stuff, man, like on YouTube, I've seen Tim Curry interviews for sure. He's always been one of my favorite actors, to see, like on YouTube interviews or stuff like that, man. Definitely an iconic actor for sure. Definitely a legend, Tim Curry. So it was dope seeing his take on it. Like I said, we never really seen like him talk about his performance as Pennywise. So it was great seeing, man, and even he's wide aware that it pretty much changed his life, man. It really changed his career in a way. I just think it's one of those roles that, just like Freddy, man. Even though it's just a mini series, it's just one TV film. I know some people. I mean, to me, yeah, it's definitely a classic. But I know some people, man, who don't consider it, and I get their point of view. I get how I get their take on it. Some people don't consider it a classic up there with Halloween, Nightmare, Friday. So it is one of those. But I think throughout time, throughout the years, hey, man, it has grown a bigger fan base than ever, because from what I'm assuming in the 90s, I bet because I also like how they kind of incorporate that. They kind of touched on that too in the documentary. Um, how you could say it kind of really impact or like I mentioned earlier, it really impacted, man, just the whole killer clown aspect. You know, it really like they even were bringing up reports from that time. You know, when the film was released. You know, like some cases about kids really being frightened. You know, and kind of in some type of aspect blaming Tim Curry, or not Tim Curry, but it, for the reason killer clowns became this terrorizing, popular mainstream thing, man. Because like I said, the killer clown the killer clown phrase, man, will always be here, man, and has always been here. And like I said, I think it definitely was one of the earlier ones, the earlier films that really definitely put it up there, man. It definitely put it on the map. It was worldwide, man. And yeah, they did touch on that too, man. Like a bit. I guess they kind of went through controversy because of that, when it was released. But like I said, man, I think throughout the years, it's grown a fan base more than it ever has. Because I mean, if you really think about it, it's just a TV movie, man. You never really hear TV movies or mini series uh, in that cult classic status, man. That still have people talking about it 20, 30 years later, man. Um, like really, what other TV movie? And it is definitely one of those, man. Like even me as a kid, of course, as a kid, being terrified, creeped the fuck out of it, especially the Georgie scene. I never knew it was a mini series, man, till I, of course, grew older, was a fan. Let me check out the movie. Uh, of course, we all thought it was just a regular film, man. But yeah, how many mini series, TV movies do you hear with that co-status 30 years later? Not so many, man. So it definitely is one of those that you could stay stood the test of time. Don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect film. Uh, I don't think it's in my top 20 list horror films. You guys have to check out my top 20 horror list. Um, yeah, I don't think it, but it's still a it's still a great film, man. It's still a great mini series, still great mini TV movie. And like I said, man, since I don't know if it was because it was a TV movie, a miniseries. There was such little information on it, behind the scenes stuff. Um, and like I said, man, they did a great job. Whoever put this together, man. Cult screenings. It says bloody disgusting. Yeah, man, a lot of great stuff, and then you it also has which was funny. Of course, the second part of it 1990, of course, when they're grown up, of course, wasn't the greatest. Of course, that was always the weaker part, the last half of the movie, the weaker part, man. And it's interesting because, of course, throughout the documentary they talk about it, and then eventually when they get to grown-ups, they start talking about the effects. And I'm pretty sure to all of us, not just me, as a kid, man, it was disappointing. It was disappointing, of course, knowing about this classic film, this classic, scary ass Pennywise. um it was kind of a bummer and a shame, man. Just seeing, like I said, when I was a kid, I never knew it was a miniseries, just another scary ass horror film, So of course, I grew older. I eventually watched the movie, man. It was just a bummer. It was a shame seeing how Pennywise, how he died, how he ended, how they brought him down. Of course, that's by him turning into a spider. And yeah, as a kid, that's a shame, man, because it's a bummer. Like to really see like a badass, creepy ass, iconic clown like Pennywise to just go out like that, like, yeah. And I think it's what really held down that last half of the movie. The weaker last half of the movie. Um, and even the filmmakers, man, the actors, man, they even they mention it, man, like such an iconic status, Pennywise. Like I said, the clown of clowns. The one running all this killer clown shit. For him to go out like that, man, it definitely is a shame. And of course, it goes back to the novel, which I've read the novel, man. I never read it all. That's one thing about me, man. Which I'm trying to get into, man. I've been trying to get into. Uh, but I remember touching the It book a bit, even audiobook, man. I think at one time I was even messing with the audiobook for It. And of course, since I never really knew like the full novel version of It, there's a few things in this documentary, man, that I even learned from the novel that I didn't know. Of course, it wasn't played out in the movie. Like always, man, especially Stephen King, man, the master of horror. The novel versions are definitely the novel adaptations are more detailed. It goes more shit. So and like I said, I've learned things I didn't know about the novel in this documentary. So yeah, man, to whoever you guys are watching, I recommend this documentary, man, Pennywise: The Story of It, because it really is it's a great. Oh, and I was gonna show you guys the inside, the slipcase, man. That's something dope, because usually, of course, they come with slipcase, and then when you take it off, it's literally the same cover. But this one is not, man, and I think probably the one behind it is even more sicker. The Shape of Horror, what's up, man? Did not know they made this. Might need to check this out soon. Yeah, man, I've heard about it throughout the years. And I know it took a long time to come out, and I actually did not know it had come out. Until I saw it about a week or two at Best Buy. Um, but yeah, man, I recommend it to all of you guys who have not seen it, especially if you're a It fan, horror fan, documentary fan. Definitely. Where Joseph, I got this at Best Buy, man. At Best Buy, I'm not sure if they're still available, man, because like I said, this is the last one they had in my Best Buy. So I was lucky enough to get the last one, man, and I'm glad I did. Cause yeah, it's definitely worth it. Tim Curry is a good It clown actor. I think about being an actor at home. Yeah, man, that's dope. You gotta definitely start somewhere, man. Definitely follow your passion, man. Follow your dreams, and it could definitely make it happen, no doubt. Machete Slasher, what's up, man? How's it going, man? Documentary was great. I love how they get most of the actors. Yeah, man, that's something I was mentioning earlier too. I really like how each of the actors, they break down their character individually, like in detail. Their whole perspective on the characters. And of course their different experience since they were kids. It's a different experience. Different impact. So definitely, dude, I agree. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you saw the documentary, dude. It's great, and I think there's a lot of great horror documentaries. Here, I'm gonna show you guys. This is another one. I actually only $4. Halloween 25 Years of Terror, and I know most of these, like the Nightmare on Elm Street one, which is probably one of my favorite documentary as of far. I gotta rewatch this one. Um, but the Nightmare on Elm Street one, the Never Sleep Again, that one right there. I know they're free on YouTube, but I definitely would like to own it on DVD, man. For sure. So yeah, this one definitely is gonna go in my top documentaries for sure, because it's such a great documentary series, man, or a documentary film. My bad. I got to go nice talking. Yeah, man, no problem, man. I'm glad you made it to the live stream, man. At least for a bit, you know. Definitely coming, hanging out, talking about it, you know, talking about this classic film. But yeah, man. I mean, that was overall my little review on it. Really great detail, a lot of good insight, man. Excuse me, good insight. Let me show you guys. Let me finish showing you guys the Blu-ray. Here it is. Of course, bonus features, Bloody Disgusting, Tim Curry, and I really like the cover inside, man. Like I said, most of the a lot of films, you know, they have the they have the slip cover, right? And then the Blu-ray is usually the same. It's the same, but this one is not, man. I really like this right here. That's dope. Here, let me give you guys better lighting, you know. And look, check this out. This is a new hat, Ghostface. Pretty cool, man. Here, guys, I'm gonna give you guys better lighting. I even had to throw on my It shirt. Here it is, man. Collector's edition. Dead Mouse Productions. There we go. And Cold Screenings. Story of it, man. The definitive tell-all, highly recommended. Yeah, man. I think that this documentary film is just that little quote right here explains it all. By Nightmarish Conjurings, man. No doubt, no doubt. Show you guys the inside. No, I don't think there's much to it inside. Just the disc, yeah. The red disc. I really like the red though, man. It really makes it cool, makes it stand out, you know. But yeah, man, dope stuff. Pennywise, the story of it. Just a great documentary. I got his name. I got the. Yeah, man. I do own that one as well. That one's another one of my favorites, man. I haven't seen it in a while. I do have it in my Friday the 13th collection though. For sure, man. That one was a good one. Um, and yeah, I might even do a like a top, maybe a top five documentaries. Um, you know, because like I said, man, documentaries has always been my thing. It doesn't even have to be horror, man. It could be like real stuff, you know, history documentaries. Always had my interest like that, you know. Nice cover. We need a Scream movie documentary. Yeah, for sure, man. I think there is a few. There's a few out there. Of course, if you guys you know, of course they're not big like documentary releases like it or 25 Years of Terror where they get their own release. But there's like small documentaries, man. Like there's also a really good one that I really enjoyed was the Rob Zombie Halloween documentary. I believe it's like 2 to 3 hours, maybe longer. On the I think it's on the regular DVD, man, or the Blu-ray of the Rob Zombie Halloween, man. It has like a documentary, how behind the scenes, how they made the film, the making of the film. That one was dope, man, because it's like literally it's a really pretty long documentary. So yeah, there's always documentaries, man, little documentaries on like the regular DVDs, man. Like I got Halloween 4 right here. Does this have a documentary? No, it doesn't. But because you know, you always gotta look in the special features, man. They come with little documentaries, and I'm pretty sure Scream has had probably a little one in their bonus features, special features. You always gotta look out for that, man. Cause yeah, I know a lot of people do ignore like the special features. Me, I've always did that. Uh, you know, yeah, and still to this day, you could say special features not really. I'm not really like big on them like a lot of people are. But hey, there's always a lot of great shit in those, man. Where you gotta take a look. So yeah, I definitely always recommend you guys. I know sometimes they might look boring, and yeah, some of them are just boring special features, but some of them for sure, man. A lot of great shit. Got some documentaries. That's one that I recommend, man. If you guys have not seen it, go check out. It's on YouTube too, I think. Just put the making of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2007 or documentary. Um, but yeah, man, a lot of great shit out there. And yeah, it'll be dope. Skull Crusher. It'll be dope too for them to do like a big, like a release of a Scream. Nice dedication to Scream, especially after their little trilogy or whatever they're gonna do. You know, take a really nice look at the original series and then how they moved on to, you know, the relaunch of it with Scream 5 in a modern time, modern adaptation. Great shit, man. Great shit. I think a lot of shit shouldn't be a lot of shit does get lost in time, and I think people really need to take advantage, man, because there's a lot of great shit, uh valuable shit, priceless shit. You never know. But that's gonna be pretty much it, man, for this little live stream, man. Yeah, I like I said, I was going to review this once I saw it, man. I was definitely trying to review this as soon as I can. Pennywise, the story of it. Um, so yeah, man, I recommend it. It's about, I think it's about 2 hours long. Not too bad, man. I really like. You know, you'll be entertained. You'll be into it the whole 2 hours. You know, you get to see Pennywise's early designs. A lot of crazy shit, man. You might not know. You learn something every day, and that's why documentaries always great thing. You know, even for horror ones, man. They probably might not seem like much, but hey, it's definitely something. So you guys go check that out, man. But yeah, man, that's gonna be pretty much it, man, for today's video. Rest in peace, George P. Um, that's gonna be pretty much it, man. Wanted to review the Pennywise, the Making of It documentary. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, coming to hang out with me for a bit on this Saturday afternoon, man. So yeah, man, I'm gonna just chill for the rest of the afternoon, for the rest of the night, man. Don't got much to do, and yeah, man, that's gonna be pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, man. I have a great weekend. I will be doing more lives, more videos, this upcoming week, man. So definitely hope you guys have a great, safe weekend. See you guys in during the week. You guys stay safe. It's the Michael Myers signing out.